Right, hi guys, welcome back to the next day of the Heat Sheet Advent Calendar, and today I'm going to speak about the man who's potentially one of the most controversial superstars in WWE right now, off the hottest story of Saturday night's main event, and that is 5 directions Kevin Owens could go following his attack on Cody Rhodes. Number 3 would be something we've never really seen Kevin Owens do, and that's be the leader of a faction. He's done a lot of single stuff, he's done a lot of tag team stuff, but he's never had a faction of his own. This could follow the same trend of he's becoming more dominant, taking out more and more people, but obviously as you take out more people you have more enemies, so why not create a faction? It could be old ROH guys, it could be maybe introducing new talent from NXT, it could be a couple of pals here on the roster, maybe a Sami Zayn heel turn as well, but we've seen that a wee bit, so it would be a perfect scenario to bring up new talent and maybe have Kevin Owens mentor them as well. Number 2, the opposite of that, he loses, so they have that whole storyline, he loses the match and starts going into a downward spiral, starts attacking more and more people. This could be a sort of unhinged Kevin Owens. He's using more dangerous moves, the pile drivers, burning hammers, things like that, and just basically becoming out of control. And whether this leads to disciplinary action, whether this leads to Cody Rhodes just taking out the problem and Kevin Owens going off TV for a while, who knows, but this could be a potential sort of spanner in the works. Number 1, they could go down the route, this is probably the most likely, would be, obviously we've seen him have the winged eagle at the end of the event, and this was obviously brought back for a reason. It wasn't just for presentation, wasn't just for Cody. What I think is going to happen is he's potentially going to walk around claiming to be the winner. Obviously Jesse Ventura on commentary claiming that Kevin Owens was robbed and how he should be the champion, and I think he's going to play on this, and potentially on the first Netflix episode of Raw, or maybe even the Royal Rumble, they could have a championship match with the Winged Eagle with Kevin Owens and the WWE Championship for Cody Rhodes hanging above the ring, and sort of lead to a winner takes all championship match, in which if Kevin Owens won, it could maybe set up Cody Rhodes' match for WrestleMania, him versus Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. That is obviously, of course, if he isn't in the Bloodline Rock saga. Number 4 is going to be the most unlikely scenario, obviously due to Triple H's health conditions, but at the end of Saturday Night Main Event we've seen a little scuffle between the two. Triple H, probably the first time we've seen him get physical since his heart issues. So whether he knows something that we don't, could we be in line for a Triple H return against Kevin Owens? I know he put his boots in the ring at WrestleMania a couple of years ago, but you know, every list needs to get to 5 here, and it would be something that everyone wants to see. Triple H's last few matches, he went out against the biggest talents he could. He had matches with Randy Orton, John Cena, Batista, Kane, Undertaker, but they weren't the 5-star classics that you would hope for, or they weren't the big stories. It was more just showcase matches. So if he was to come back, there'd be no better way to put him back in there than with a dependable, reliable hand like Kevin Owens. Right, number 5 would be following on from the first part about him taking out everyone. Obviously that's a story they're going on a bit more unhinged. You could be a suspension angle where he gets written off WWE for maybe 2-3 months. He could return at the Royal Rumble, set something up with Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, whether that be a title match, whether he eliminates Randy Orton, or if Cody Rhodes doesn't have the belt, then he could eliminate Cody Rhodes. He could potentially return at WrestleMania, you know, get involved in one of the main storylines, cause someone to lose a title, cause someone to win a title, or you always need a big return at the Raw after WrestleMania, so he could potentially fill that spot nicely and could propel him on to his first big story after his suspension angle.